Good afternoon, Mr. Goff.
My day just got a whole lot brighter.
Soup's on?
What are they serving up today?
I'm not sure, but it's low salt, low fat.
Low taste?
Probably, but we need to get you stronger.
Well, I just hope my ticker can take it.
By the way, Arlene, you were on duty the day that Mr. Crumley died, as well as Mrs. Palmer, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Did you happen to see or talk to Dr. Hughes at all that day? Did he seem to be acting in any kind of unnatural way before or after he lost his patience? Try to remember, it's very, very important. Did he seem confused or disoriented to you?
I'm sorry, I worked pediatrics that day. I don't remember seeing Dr. Hughes.
What about you, Katie? Did you see Dr. Hughes that day?
What a surprise. I didn't expect you home so soon.
Yeah, look, Ma, no ankle bracelet.
You're a regular Houdini.
Houdini was child's play compared to what this trick cost me.
Yeah, I spoke to Rosanna. She filled me in about the selling of Monte Carlo to Barbara.
It's not a bad deal, what's left of Monte Carlo for legal absolution.
Good for you, but how about for Rosanna?
I told her Monte Carlo was just a shell, and I didn't want anybody else to go down with me. She agreed.
I think you're leaving out the best part.
Rosanna didn't spare any details, huh?
Not a one.
Is the walls closing in around me, or is it just me?
Craig, Rosanna expects you to honor your end of the bargain here and let Aaron and Lucy see each other.
Aaron Snyder is no bargain.
You know, this isn't about Aaron. This is about Rosanna and you letting her know that you love her and respect her. You need to tell her that she was right. Look, she was willing to sell Monte Carlo for basically nothing just because you asked her to. So maybe, just maybe, you need to put aside your stubborn pride to get a second chance with your wife.
Carly and I had it out last night. I suggested that she leave town. Stop hurting all the people who foolishly care about her. Maybe I got through.
Hey! What a surprise!
Rosanna?
Hello, Jack.
I was wondering if either of you had heard from Carly.
You look so worried.
I am. No one's seen or heard from her since she left Hal's last night.
Well, her fashion show was a bit traumatic, wasn't it? I mean, maybe she needed some time to herself.
Yeah, Rosanna, you were the last one to see her. Any idea where she is?
Here you go.
I don't want it. I want you to go. Please just go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Paul is dead. And he's not coming back, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
I know that.
We didn't deserve him.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I don't want to go. You didn't see his face. Dusty, when I told him it was over, the look in his eyes. I mean, it wasn't the Paul that I knew. He was angry. And he was mean. It was like the life was taken out of him right there, that very moment.
He was hurt.
Yeah. Because it's something I did to him. It's something you did to him. That we both did to him. He's dead because the two people that he loved and trusted the most broke his heart.
I know it feels this way to you right
It is that way. Don't you see? And we have to live with that. The both of us have to live with that for the rest of our lives.
Nervous?
A little.
You know, Dad, I'm really glad that you're doing this.
That makes two of us. Do either one of you have any idea how long these tests take?
I'm not sure.
Dr. Decker said he was going to give me the VIP treatment.
I give all my patients the VIP treatment. How you holding up?
Not bad.
I think we'll both feel a sense of relief once we find out what he's really dealing with.
Well, let's get started. Why don't you go in and get prepped, huh?
I'll walk you down.
Excuse me.
Greg, whatever you discover, I'd like it kept confidential.
You'll be the only one with access to the results. Now, let's just take this one step at a time and leave the diagnosing to me.
I'll try.
Thanks, Dr. Decker. I know that he runs this place, but today he just seems like my dad.
I'll take good care of him, Chris.
It's a simple enough question. Did Bob seem unlike himself the day that Crumley died?
I don't think so. I remember passing him in the hall that day, and he smiled at me like he always does. I don't think there's anything unusual about that.
That's all, huh? Funny, you seem to be thinking about something else.
Oh, no, I was just thinking about all the trays that need to be delivered. Come on, Allison, we should get going. We don't want them to get cold. Is Dr. Hughes okay?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's fine. Listen, I don't want the two of you talking about this with other aides.
No, we won't.
What's up with you and Dr. Dixon?
Here, the baked chicken is Mrs. Rupert's.
Katie, you just lied. Why are you holding out on Dr. Dixon?
Well, look, I have some things to do outside. I'll let you two be alone for a while.
Thanks, Emma.
Okay. Call me if you need me.
Rosanna, can you just tell me if you've seen her?
Well, unfortunately, yes.
Where?
At the police station. We had a bit of a dust-up. You were there.
And that was the last time?
Yes, we argued, and she took off.
And you haven't talked to her since?
No.
When you left the police station, where'd you go? Did you come straight to the farm?
My car broke down. I had to sleep in it and walk here. What is your problem?
My problem is Carly's not only missing, she's pregnant, and she was hospitalized for preeclampsia. Do you remember that?
You know, if you want, I'll pretend to care.
Yeah, if you want, I'll pretend to believe you. Will saw you outside of Hal's, looking through the window at Carly and Parker. He told Carly, and then she left. So let's stop with the games. I want the truth. I want to know exactly what happened between you and your sister last night.
Paul had a fatal accident, but that's what it was.
It wasn't an accident. He wasn't on that plane by accident. He was on it because of something that I did, what we both did to him.
Louis, what if this happened a month ago? When you were together, how would you feel then?
It just happened for a reason.
Yeah, but
a reason.
You can't look at it that way.
You don't want to look at it that way, but that's the truth.
You can't control life and death.
I'm not
Nobody
talking about
can.
that. I'm talking about the will to live. Paul had a reason to wake up in the morning, a reason to smile, and he lost that will to live. He deserved better from the both of us.
If he lost his will, it was because of me. Not because of you. Let me ask you a question. What if Paul walked through that door right now? What would you do?
What kind of question is that? What do you mean by that?
After you thank God that he was safe and he was all right, would you start over again? Would you start planning your wedding again?
No.
I mean, you know that if you had to pick up where you left off in that relationship, the end result, it would be the same. The end result would be the same.
Stop it. Please just, okay. I get it.
You weren't in love with him anymore. You just... weren't in love with him, not the way he wanted you to be in love with him. That's not being a bad person.
He loved me so much. I mean, when I didn't call him for months in Italy, he still loved me. And he should have loved me. Because I didn't have the guts to tell him the truth. I was a selfish coward.
Well, you gave him everything. You gave him more than you can afford. That's not selfish.
Why do you care? I mean, why do you care about what I feel?
Why? Because you mean everything to me right now. You want to blame someone or something? Blame me. Blame me. I know you don't trust me anymore, but I'm here. I'm gonna be the one to see you through this. Don't shut me out.
I could write a book about the life and times of John Dixon.
Has he always had his eye on the prize?
Always. He respects Bob, but I don't think it would kill him if the chief of staff had to step down.
And he's next in line, right?
Oh, I don't mean to bash John. He's done a lot to build Memorial into one of the best hospitals in the area. That's why he won't let anything or anybody, including Bob, tarnish the reputation of his hospital.
Oh, at least Bob hasn't done anything to hurt Memorial, and Dixon knows it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he has nothing to build his case on except his own ambition.
What do you know about my ambition, Dr. Decker? If you have something to say to me, I suggest you say it to my face.
Bob Hughes is a family friend. I just didn't want to say anything that would make things worse.
Worse how?
All right, fine. Just don't breathe a word of this, okay?
I promise, I swear.
Something weird did happen that day that Mr. Crumley died. I saw Bob in the hallway, and he was acting, I don't know, out of it. You know, he was supposed to be at the meeting, and so I came to tell him, and he just stood there, kind of zoned out for a few seconds.
Allison, echocardiography is waiting for Mr. Goff.
I'm sorry, I'm on my way there. Katie, why don't you talk to Chris?
No, I don't want to make him feel worse about his dad.
But if this happens to another patient, it'll be like you're responsible.
Oh, God, I didn't think of it like that.
Well, if Chris thinks Dixon should know, tell him. If not, you keep quiet.
Good idea. Okay, cover for me, okay? If you and Mr. Goff get back before I do, will you make his bed for me?
Sure, great. I don't even make my own bed at home.
Why are you still here?
I don't want you to be alone right now.
I am alone. You know, I was thinking maybe, one day, after the dust settles, I call Paul. We go to the job underground, like old friends, have a few drinks, talk about the old times, like how I used to make him laugh, how he always ignored my obnoxious clothes. But now we're not gonna be old friends anymore. We're not gonna be anything anymore.
You're gonna be okay.
Rose, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hal called. He told
us about Paul.
I still can't believe it. I don't know if I'll ever believe it. Here I am telling Paul to stay away from his mother. He's just stayed away from me.
Couldn't leave it alone, could you?
Couldn't leave Rose alone? No, I couldn't.
What's your payoff this time?
There is no payoff. I came to say goodbye. Hal showed up with the news, so here I am.
I want you gone.
My love for Rosanna is unconditional.
Well, that's good. And her only condition is your daughter's happiness, so you should be grateful.
Grateful? What if I believe in my heart that this guy is so wrong for Lucy? I know I promised Rosanna that I would accept this relationship, but Sierra, this is killing me.
Greg, listen to me. The time for us to approve and disapprove of Lucy's choices has come to an end. And as much as you would like to hand her a life and say, here, live this, and this is how you're going to feel, and this is how you're going to act, and this is the person that you're going to fall in love with, you can't do that. She has to make the choices that are right for her life. And you know, quite frankly, I'm grateful to Aaron for loving her and wanting to protect her just as much as we want to.
Don't start with me on what he wants.
He wants to be her hero. And that is something that the two of you have always had in common. You know, the irony is in this, is that Rosanna gets it. With no experience at all, she understands what it means to be a good parent.
And I'm a failure?
You are far from a failure.
Is this blackmail?
Yes, it is. Pure and simple. You either choose to accept Aaron or you lose Rosanna. So what's it gonna be?
That's not fair. You can't. Daddy, you're home. Are you okay?
I'm fine, Lullaby.
Your father has something that he wants to say to you. Isn't that right, Greg?
What your mother means is I will no longer tolerate state of affairs around here.
Okay, Jack, the truth is, yes, I did go to Hal's. I was upset with Carly, and I had a few things left I wanted to say to her. But then I went there and I looked in the window and I saw that Parker was there. And I'm not gonna yell at Carly in front of Parker, come on. So I tried to come back home.
So, how long were you outside?
Well, not very long. I left as soon as Will went back in.
Did you see Carly when she came out?
No, I did not see Carly come
Will
out.
said that Carly came out the second he told her you were out there.
Well, that's tough because I must have been gone by then.
What did you plan on saying to her?
I didn't plan on saying
Well, how did you leave things at the station then, Rosanna?
She said something about wanting to vanish, and I said I would be happy to help make that happen. Does that make you happy?
No, that sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat. It's a wish, a dream, a fervent hope.
How'd you get that scar?
Stop that, stop that. It's not a scar. I just got a little scratch. I told you I slept in the car, and I tried to come home. I had to walk through the woods, and I obviously brushed up against some branches.
Somebody's fingernail.
What?
I'm gonna check out the story about your car.
Oh, yes, you do that, Jack. You go ahead and check out that story. And then you go home and wait by the phone because Carly is bound to call. And then you can grill her on where she's been. But don't expect the truth, Jack. Because Carly always saves the best lies for you.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
I'm trying to behave very professionally here, but I will not allow the future of this hospital to be jeopardized, even by your old man.
My suspect?
Has there been a crime committed?
Chris, hey.
Hey.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure, what's up?
I don't know if I'm out of line by telling you this or what, but Dr. Dixon was here earlier asking a bunch of questions.
What kind of questions?
About your dad, how he was acting the day that Mr. Crumley died. He was talking to the head nurse first, and then he asked me if I had seen him that day.
What did you tell him?
Nothing. But I lied, because I did see him that day for a few seconds, and he was acting kind of confused. But I just didn't know if it was right to tell Dr. Dixon, so Allison said I should probably just tell you first.
No, you did the right thing. I'll take care of it.
Are you sure? Because I don't mind talking to Dr. Dixon.
I'll talk to him myself.
No, I don't have a problem being direct, John. I have a problem with a patient who's exhibiting as of yet undiagnosed symptoms and is being pressured by hospital politics at a time that his confidence is already shaken.
You know, there's no plot here against Dr. Hughes. You seem to want to turn this into one of these good guys versus the bad guys thing. I suggest you take that someplace else. I have serious concerns about Dr. Hughes's abilities at this time.
No, we all do. And part of it is being driven by our fear of lawsuits and preventing a financial crisis.
I'm a little bit more sensitive about the welfare and the health of a patient. And if Dr. Hughes is not up to the game, then I have to know that. Not to take over, but to be sure that no patient is put in jeopardy by bad judgment.
Bob's judgment hasn't been tested yet.
Well, then I suggest you do your job and you let me do mine.
I'll talk to you later.
You know, your pal there is kind of cocky.
And you two should get along great. Yes, nobody is questioning your motives, just your timing. Bob's having a few problems. It's not about you. Don't push so hard. It's not pretty.
Dr. Dixon, do you have a minute?
Yeah, what is it?
It's about my dad. I heard you've been asking the staff leading questions about him.
Now, listen to me. I am not trying to undermine your father. I am not slandering him. I am trying to behave very professionally here. But I will not allow the future of this hospital to be jeopardized, even by your old man.
Tell me something, doctor. Would you be taking such a hard line if you had just lost a patient and you were in his shoes?
Believe it or not, young Dr. Hughes, I would be even harder on myself.
Daddy, I don't want to fight about Aaron.
No, your father's not going to argue with you about this. Are you, Craig?
No. No, I'm not. But I have thought a lot about what we've all been through as a family. Lullaby, your mother and I agree that no matter how much we love you, we can't make all your decisions for you. So, if you really want to see, you go ahead and see Aaron.
Daddy, thank you. Thank you. I promise I'll keep my curfew and I'll call you and let you know where I am and when I'll be home. And
Yes, that is right. All the rules still apply.
I know, and I'll work extra hard to catch up in school. And Aaron's even thinking about taking some courses.
You don't need to prove anything to your father.
Aaron, you seem surprisingly quiet.
I guess there are a few questions I just don't have answers to.
Such as?
Such as, why are you doing this now? I mean, do you really mean it this time, or is this some kind of an act?
Carly wouldn't leave without Parker, or without telling Hal how to reach her in case of an emergency.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your fantasy, Carly? Or the one who cheated on you the night before your wedding?
Rosanna, we got over that. Why can't you? Carly was blindsided by that fashion show. She didn't steal anybody's designs. She sure as hell didn't kidnap Barbara Ryan. But she did get caught in the middle of it because of your husband.
Well, where was this rousing defense at the police station, Jack? You were noticeably quiet then. Maybe you're the one that's feeling guilty. I just promised Emma that I would plant some of her perennials. So if you have any more questions for me, you just call my lawyer.
Is everything all right?
Rosanna could care less about what's happened to Carly.
Jack, what makes you think something has happened?
Oh, it's just a gut feeling. Carly wouldn't go too far away from her doctors right now. She's about to have that baby any day.
No, she wouldn't risk anything to harm her baby. I don't think so.
Not Carly.
Come on now, Jack. Now, Rosanna and Carly might not be friends ever, but I do not believe that Rosanna would ever harm her sister.
How can you be so sure about that?
It's a gut feeling.
Were you here when she came home?
Yes, I was. She was really tired. She was exhausted. She was covered in mud. She slept in her car all night.
Did she tell you how she got that scrape on her head?
Yes, she bumped into some branch.
Same story she gave me. But I'm not buying it. She's lying about last night, Emma. I think Rosanna knows more than she's telling me.
Your dad is a model patient.
How soon before we get the results?
Well, hopefully within a week.
And in the meantime?
Business as usual.
And to this point, what's your professional opinion?
Well, anytime you're talking about cognitive dysfunction or memory loss, the reasons could be one of many things.
Including Alzheimer's.
It may be years before you're symptomatic.
I'm already symptomatic. We wouldn't be here.
Honey, don't expect the worst.
Look, Kim is right. You did very well on the cognitive tests. I wouldn't make any decisions now until we know exactly what's wrong with you. At this point, I wouldn't change anything, including your position here.
Thanks, Rick.
I'll call you when I get the results.
Why don't I walk you to your office?
Afraid I don't remember the way?
Wise guy.
How did it go?
Well, Dr. Decker said that he'll have the results of the test in probably a week. Cognitive part went very well.
He's advising Dad not to step down and to continue with business as usual.
Mm-hmm. You think that's such a wise decision under the circumstances?
I'll be extra cautious. I've got a consult with Ben in about an hour. Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I cleared my schedule. Listen, I've got Dr. Hamilton covering for you.
But I don't think Dad needs anybody.
It's okay,
to cover.
Chris. I understand John's position perfectly. Well, I want to get back to my office before I have that consult.
Since when do you speak for Rose?
She can't sort through things right now.
Oh, but you can. I don't care what you or anyone else thinks. I care about her.
We saw how much you care. Don't you get it? She's confused. She's vulnerable. You being here just makes her feel even worse.
I'll let her tell me that.
I'm sure she will, once she pulls herself together. She has her family here. I'm gonna take care of her.
Do me a favor, if she needs anything, have her call me, all right? Paul Ryan was my best friend.
And now he's dead. But not because you didn't love him, Rose. It just doesn't seem right. I'm not gonna hear his voice anymore. I'm not gonna see him smile. I didn't realize the last words that he said to me were gonna have to last me forever. I know. I gotta do something for him, you know. I gotta have like a nice memorial service, something nice, you know, where his friends and his family can come and say nice story. Oh my God. Lily, I didn't even think about Will. I mean, how is that little guy gonna handle this without his big brother? Paul was so good to him. Hal will help Will. And as far as a memorial service, I think that's a great idea, but I'm sure the family will arrange something, Rose. What, family? Like, you mean Barbara Ryan family? No, I'm not going anywhere near that. This is something I gotta do. On my own. I owe it to Paul. Well, then we'll help any way we can. It has to be perfect. We don't have to discuss the details now. Why don't you just come home with us? No, I don't want to do that. Rose, you really need to be with your family now. I know, but I'd really like to just be alone right now. I understand. See you later.
Lucy, I don't want to sneak around anymore. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder, worrying about what your father's going to do next. Mr. Montgomery, I want to believe you. I do.
But it's not easy, is it, Aaron? Craig, maybe you should tell him why he should take your word on this.
You want to swear on the Wall Street Journal for me?
No, nothing so drastic. Especially since you took out that little insurance policy.
What kind of insurance?
Oh, the open-ended kind. 2 first-class plane tickets to Montega. If Craig breaks his word, you are welcome to join me. And if either of you thinks that Craig is up to something, you can come stay with me as long as you like.
You really agreed on this? Does that mean that I have your word that you won't make trouble for me and Lucy?
Aaron asked you a question, Craig. Does he have your word?
CBS proudly congratulates our Daytime Emmy winners. The Emmy goes to The Price is Right, The Bold and the Beautiful.
I thank everybody.
Thank you.
Guiding Light.
Yeah, I like this. I like this feeling.
And As the World Turns, the outstanding daytime drama.
Thank you to the fans who love you.
For Daytime Emmy Award-winning shows, watch CBS.
It's a new world record. I think we're ready for the Oakdale 5K.
As long as you do the pushing.
Okay, stay put. I'm gonna go inside and make sure everything's finished, okay? Here, I'll help. Oh, thanks. I got a little behind after talking to Chris.
How'd it go? Good, fine. He said he was going to talk to Dr. Dixon himself.
Good. I think we're all set.
I will go get Mr. Goff. You fill up his water and make sure that the TV's on sports. Where is he?
In the hallway in his wheelchair.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course. That's where I put him. I just parked his wheelchair there. He was just right here. I just left him. Oh, now I lost Mr. Goff. Dr. Dixon's gonna kill me.
Donovan,
Hey, it's me.
you all right?
No.
Did Holden give you my message?
What message?
I told him to tell you to call me if you needed anything.
He didn't mention that.
That figures.
You know, I was just here and I was thinking about Paul.
I'm sitting here in my car, about to leave. I'm glad you called me.
I was thinking about having a memorial service for him.
I think that's a great idea.
Now, I'm not sure about a lot of things right now, but I don't think it's a good idea for you to leave.
Then I'll stay. I meant what I said. I'll help you through this.
I'll see you soon then.
I'll be there.
Okay. You have the tickets, Sierra, Rosanna. And since when has my doing anything stopped you from doing whatever you want anyway?
Lucy loves you. She wants to stay here in Oakdale with you. And she can't do that unless you're totally on board.
I'm on board.
I love you so much, Daddy.
I love you too, baby. And all I want is for you to be safe and happy.
Aaron makes me happy.
And we have to find a way for this to make me happy, too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Montgomery.
Yeah, don't make me regret this.
I promise you I won't.
Let's go out and celebrate. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
I'll be home early, I promise.
Oh, those tickets were a brilliant stroke, if I do say so myself.
Brilliant, sir. No wonder we lasted so long.
Well, now that things are settled here, I'll be leaving in the morning.
I'll miss you.
I want regular updates on the kids.
Sure, I'll send you pictures of Aaron's deep conditioning treatments. Anything else?
Yes. Go talk to Rosanna and tell her that you are not going to break her heart again. Promise her that. And keep your promise. And if you don't, I may have to come back down here and make you keep that promise. You are so adorable when you have no more options.
Listen, I'm sorry I was rough on you. Okay? I'm just worried about Carly.
For what it's worth, I really think she's fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first when she was being held against her will at the spa. I was wrong about that. Really can't afford to make that mistake twice. Do me a favor, would you? Stay close to home.
Is that an order or a request?
Oh, Rosanna, it's a request.
My suspect?
Has there been a crime committed?
You can't figure out whether I'm the cat or the mouse, can you?
Oh, you're holding out on me. I figured that much out. I have a feeling there's more to your story than you're telling me. A whole lot more.
Next week on As the World Turns.
What's this? It is your letter of resignation. Sign it before somebody else dies.
Don't you dare, Rose. Don't you give that lying con man a dime.
What is it?
It's a body.